Welcome back to Character Select. Back again, it is me, Tyler, and today with me,
Mal.
once again, is Mal. Yes.
Hey, making them bad decisions.
Mm-hmm. We're back in Sorcery 2, Sorcery Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. No, I like Sorcery Boogaloo. That's a better one, yeah.
I mean,
or would it be
the
Wizardry Boogaloo? I don't know.
No, Wizardry is a different series. This is Sorcery for sorcerers. Wizardry is for wizards.
But it's not magical Boogaloo. It has to be specifically sorcery or wizardry.
Exactly, yes. Anyway, we had just finished cashing in our chips at the halls of Vlada. I believe it was like 17 or something like that. We bought a bunch of crap at the stalls here, including a lovely sun jewel.
Basically the whole reason for this second go around.
We got silver arrows, silver sword.
I believe the silver sword. We had the silver sword
box.
Yeah, we had the silver sword from last time as well.
Mm-hmm.
Our first go around, but this silver bow and arrows we did pick up because I figure, hey,
you don't want to get close to the ghosty thing.
Well, no, because he choke slams and stabs you, which is kind of rude.
Yeah, no matter what you do, it's ridiculous. Anyway, let's get rolling. You've reached a wide, desolate area, fenced off by an overgrown iron railing. Inside, tall yew trees reach up to twice the height of the city wall beyond. That's pretty damn tall.
Yeah, that is, and especially for yew trees. I mean, I understand they're yew trees. Yew symbolizes, death and moving on and so on and so forth. I didn't think they quite got that big, though.
Well, maybe if they've been left there long enough. Who knows?
I didn't know Kare was that old.
No. Who knows? This is the Necropolis, the city of the dead, for those who pass away in Kare with enough money to ensure their bodies are not simply tossed in the water. The road to the North Gate passes straight through and offers no way around.
You would think that if they dumped bodies routinely in the river, they'd have, a lot more predatory critters.
I mean, have you not seen the river here? It's all sludgy and disgusting and full of garbage. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, neither do catfish.
Delicious eating, though.
It depends on where you get them.
Fry them up. Some beer batter on them.
My dad's got buddies in one of his old friends in Georgia. Was one of those.
Well, they are. Sorry, go ahead.
It was one of those dam divers.
Mm-hmm.
A dam diver. No, he was one of the divers that goes down and inspects the dam walls for cracks and damage and such. He was talking about one time, I forget which lake he was in, but he's going down the side of the dam and gets to the bottom, and he settles on the bottom of the lake, and then the bottom of the lake gets up and moves. And then he settles another 3 meters down, and he had stood on top of this catfish that, with shining the light on it, he could not tell where the catfish began and ended. It was that big.
They're big fish and good eating, as long as you get the muddiness out of them, because they're bottom feeders.
That they are.
Anywho, what would you like to do?
Well, we're back with the Necropolis, and as we were talking in the pregame, the whole point of this run-through is to get the shiny gem, so we can go not get murder-faced by Ghosty Boy, since we still need to get his words.
So you just want to run straight for the...
Well, we do want to go ahead and, I guess, it won't cost us any time to look around, so we will take a glance in the area, just because that should open up other paths and whatnot.
The main path is wide enough for processions and carts, but leading off it are several smaller paths that wind between the trees and headstones to all the different suburbs of the graveyard. There are plenty of places for things to hide here.
Spooky.
And it's this is a big graveyard, because this is as big as this
a quarter of the whole town, yeah.
It's a big graveyard. Well, I mean, that's Necropolis, City of the Dead, so...
Yeah.
After the hubbub of Upper Kare, the Necropolis has a silence which is almost deafening.
Spooky. Let's take a quick look at the clues, because I know,
Early duty.
there was, we know we need to get, what's...
So we have, we need 4 lines. We have...
we know 5th Noble Shinva. That's what his name.
Where is the... Do we not have the... Is that in...
I think it's in Keys.
There it is. Alright, so we have 2 of the lines. We have Lorags and Fidas.
Fidas. Totally completed.
We need Sansis, I think, and Shinva.
Shinva's the one... We needed Molas.
Oh, Molas and Shinva, yes.
And we could not find Molas in the first quarter there.
Yeah. So Shinva's buried in the necropolis. Molas is somewhere we don't know.
Yeah. So, but it's hopefully that we'll be able to go to Korga's, the Three-Eyed God, and get an answer from him.
Right.
We don't have any gold. Should have held on to some gold to toss in his little donation box. Now that I think about it.
Well, maybe we'll find some gold in the thing.
Yeah, maybe Shinva will have something we can loot. Anyway, so I guess
ratio on this a little weird.
Do what?
Yeah, whatever. Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Alright. So I guess we will go ahead and look around.
Either side, listing gravestones crawl with small creatures. No flowers grow here. It's like the bodies give off poison as they rot. Everything here is dead, and yet this place is neither empty nor still.
Spooky.
The wind whistles between the tall trees, and the sun is setting behind the wall.
That is all. Like, every time we get to this part, walking in this section, the sun is always setting right here at this point, even if we've, like, napped, like, just recently.
It's weird. Time is out of joint.
I will say that next time around when we head to the shrine, like 2 times now, we've gone all the way up to the shrine and missed it at that perfect point where, like, as it's just getting to wherever it is, I'd like to try to stick it this time and see if there's any special secret if you're there at the right time. So I guess since we have the option to use the compass, we'll go ahead and use it. We got from the Nomi dude.
You use the compass. You pull out the compass and consult the needle. It spins around twice, then points at the depths of the graveyard.
Which depths?
Assume the older or newer, one of these two. It doesn't say, like, leave.
I think Shinva's was the newer tombs. Because we spoke with the first noble, who was the one that sent us through timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly nonsense.
Well, here we are. We know where it is.
Yeah.
There are several tombs here. There must have been a recent plague on the rich in the city. Oh no. They are scattered around in roughly alphabetical groups. Shinva's lists in the corner almost obscured by climbing weeds. Let's look at the compass. Taking out the compass, you take a bearing. It turns wildly before settling the point to the tombs from Oxel to Tamarin. I wonder which one it's pointing at.
Yeah, let's go to Shinva's.
Alright. Here rests Lord Shinva, 5th noble of Kare.
Shinva's mausoleum.
Alright, round 2, bitch.
Dun dun.
Alright, we've seen this before.
Yeah, so we will go ahead and look at the ring.
Look at the ring. In the center, there's a silver sword, which also hangs at your belt.
That's fucking crazy! Like, do we get 2 of them?
No, you can't pick it up.
Yeah, that'd be great. Like, it's like, now I have 2 swords, bitch!
Alright, what do you want to do?
Choke slam me now! Well...
Try me!
Try me, bitch!
Come at me, I'm ripped!
And then he proceeds to choke slam and stab us anyway. Like he does.
Yeah,
alright, so let's go ahead and, I guess, make a move.
It is too cold to stand still in the shadow of the wall.
So we will go into... What is that second one?
Walk into the tomb, which means walk through the circle. Or do you want to jump over the ring?
I can't remember if last time the only reason we were able to pass through the ring because... Oh shit, I can't remember what we did last... I think last time we cast a spell before going in.
Probably.
But I don't know if I'd known we went back in time, it would have been much more risky the first time around and just slammed my face into everything in the way to see what did what. Shit, what spells do we have at the moment?
Well, we can't cast any right now.
Oh, right now? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and try to jump over the ring. I don't want to touch it.
Ninja jump. You take a run up and jump clear over the circle of mushrooms, landing on the step of the mausoleum.
Alright, nothing happened. Alright, so here we go. Shinba's tomb, and door's going to go clickety-clack. Let's see.
Just how you left it. Cold and empty. But for the staircase in the far corner.
Okay, let's see what spells we got.
Alright, I assume one of them is going to be Sun.
You would hope. Because if we get all the way here with the Sun Jewel and it's not available, I'm going to be... What the hell? Yeah, there's Sun.
Let's light it up. You cast the spell, and the Sun Jewel in your pack begins to throw and ebb, growing brighter and brighter until it fills the room with a pale but brilliant light that reveals the mausoleum for what it is. Old stone and dust, and nothing worse than that. Your spirits soar.
Yay! Except we know what's in the basement. Well, I don't know. Would our character would not know what was in the basement.
Yeah, because anytime we went anywhere down those stairs, you die.
Yeah.
Like the only reason you were able to get out is because we rewound back up to here, and you're like, nope, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah, there's nothing we could do. So,
yeah.
Since we have the shiny, we will go ahead and make a move.
All right, make a move. Skulls peer at you from the walls.
Thanks. Go down to the stair.
Unafraid of what you might find below, you make your way to the stairs, but you step on some kind of trigger and turn to see the door to the mausoleum closing.
Now, we know that there was a thing to open it downstairs. Should we try
a lever.
Should we try to block it just in case, is the question.
I don't know. We have to kill this guy one way or another.
We have to kill this guy one way or another, so I'd rather not I don't want to damage us via stamina, so we will go ahead and let it close. And we're in darkness.
You stay back, not wanting to be crushed by the heavy stone door. It seals with a bang. In the dark, except you're not. The echo of the slamming door circles the room, and your light forms a pool around your feet.
Cast a spell. So I'm assuming Sun is still available. Yep.
Want to cast it again?
Yeah.
Alright. You cast the spell again, and the Sun Jewel pulses cheerfully.
It doesn't do anything else. Alright,
Looks like a torch.
Okay. Let's see here. So, what other spells were available?
Alright. We have...
I figured it would, do something else, but...
Like brighten or something. Alright, we got Mag. Protection from magic. Fall.
Which is feather fall, basically.
Fog.
We don't need more darkness, that's okay.
Sap.
I don't know that a depression will work on undead.
Sus.
We know that's dangerous down there.
And Dop.
Well, we know that the lock thing is downstairs anyway, so we should be good. I guess this is just give you a chance to cast the spell if you didn't get a chance earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So, if it's already lit, I wonder if we should go ahead and pray for aid to get the door opened before... I mean, we gotta kill this guy anyway, so if we die, I guess we'll rewind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we will go ahead and make a move, save our aid and everything else for the moment.
Something rushes across your boots and into a crack in the stone.
Don't do that skittery, slittery thing.
Maybe there's a way out below. You head for the stairs once more, holding your light out in front of you. Downwards. You make your way cautiously down the ancient stairs into the dead earth. The walls are damp, and there is a foul smell of decay. The only sound is a dripping coming from somewhere in the depths.
So we weren't murdered yet.
You emerge into a large dark chamber lit only by the light from your sun jewel. A coffin occupies the center of the room, covered over by dust and spider webs.
And we haven't been attacked yet.
Yep.
That's
Do you want
curious.
to wait and watch or approach the coffin?
It's an interesting question. So it was what? So even though it's by the switch, it's wait and watch.
Yeah.
Or approach coffin. I guess we'll wait and watch. I mean, we know it's down here. I mean, this is kind of out of character information.
All right, wait and watch.
But, like, I'm wondering if because the sun jewel's driving it off. Yep, there it is. Lid is moving back.
You hang back, taking a few breaths to ensure the room is silent. That's when you hear the sound, a moan, and a rattle of chains coming from inside the coffin itself. The lid is moving back.
We have the option to try.
Push it closed, like, no, you don't, Boney.
It's like, oh, hell no.
Oh, no, you don't, Mr. Skeletal.
Just sit on it, be like, nope.
Alright, what do you want to
do? I guess, I wish there was a chance to, like, cast, like, pre-buffs. Like, go ahead and, like, arm your sword and, like, gear up, but I guess we'll stay back.
Stay back. You hang back, watching, and that's when you see the ghostly figure emerging from one of the alcoves in the room. It is a death wraith, wielding a cruel hooked dagger and sliding mercilessly toward you. Death wraiths, like all ghosts, can only be harmed by weapons of silver, but it is quite capable of causing you harm.
Spooky ghost! Alright, what spells do we have?
It says it can only be harmed by weapons of silver. So, keep that in mind.
I'm just seeing if we've got anything that can,
We got, Tell, so we can read its mind. We got Kid, we can show it illusions if we had a bracelet of bone. Gak, we can cause it fear if we had a mask. God, we can give it the illusion of worship if we have a jewel of gold. Hot, we can throw a fireball at it.
Won't harm it.
Walk, we don't have a coin. And wall, we can make an invisible wall, which I believe it walked through last time.
Yeah, it did.
And,
well, no, it just, it murdered us, like, no matter what we cast. It just didn't give us, none of the spells did anything, didn't give us an option for anything. I was kind of hoping there was the dance spell, but
you want to try to make him? Who did we do that to before?
we did it to the goblins, which was hilarious. But the most hilarious one was doing it to the highwayman, the like brigand, and we just made him dance himself until he passed out.
Oh, that's right. That was great.
Which was the funniest damn thing, because one of us is furiously playing and the other is furiously dancing, and both of us are just wanting to murder the other one as hard as we can.
So in the first game, there is a scenario where when you stop at First Town, you can buy the flute.
Yeah.
And just outside of town, there's like brigands who want your stuff, and you can play the flute and have them dance, and then lead them into a ravine.
Oh God!
Or like a deep hole in the ground.
It's some Pied Piper fuckery right there.
Yeah. All right. What do you want to do?
Well, we got to kill this thing, so we're going to go for the attack.
All right. We are on the attack. You stagger back to clear enough space to ready your weapon.
We do have silver arrows.
Those are powerful enough to kill Ganon.
Let's shoot a silver arrow and see if we can stagger it or something.
Shoot that silver arrow through his heart. Working quickly, you unsling the bow from your back and notch? Yeah, notch is a word. I usually hear knock, but whatever.
Yeah, so do I.
An arrow. The death wraith grins with aberrant glee until you let it fly, and the arrow strikes it in the arm. It howls with pain, shocked and angered at being hurt. Again! What follows is a terrible fight. With every arrow you fire, the death wraith staggers back, but as you reload the bow, it creeps nearer again, slashing at you with its knife. As the quiver starts to run low, you know each arrow counts, and should even one miss, then Shinva's tomb will become your own. As you reach for your last arrow, the Death Wraith beams with glee. It is weakened, but still not yet defeated. Fire the last arrow. You fire the last arrow, aiming directly for the Death Wraith's heart. The bolt flies true, and the silver arrowhead buries itself deeply into the specter's being. It begins to flicker and fade, and then, with a last tortured gasp, it slumps to the floor, and through it, melting away into the cold stone. The crypt becomes peaceful as the battle ends, but then there is a creaking sound that makes you look back at the coffin. It has opened, and a figure is rising up.
So I guess that the spooky, scary skeleton man was not Shinva. Well, this must be Shinva. I wish we could pick up the silver arrows that we just used.
Well, maybe after we're done here, we can pick them up.
All right, so we'll go ahead and wait.
All right. You watch as the figure takes shape, a very old man and no monster. "Stranger," he declares in a quavering voice, his throat thick with dust and cobwebs. "I am in a great debt to you. Now at last can my soul die in peace. Tell me quickly before I am lost. How may I repay you?" You stare in amazement. This must be the fifth noble, Lord Shinva himself. You step forward to greet the apparition.
"You are Lord Shinva?"
The old man nods. "I am, or I was, once the fifth noble of the city, would you believe?" He smiles without humor, only the ghost of a smile.
Oh, God.
"And you? Who are you?"
"I'm from Analander."
"I am from Analander." Shinva raises a dusty eyebrow. "Analander? What interest does Analander have in the ways of Kare?" His eyes are piercing and shrewd, despite there being no light or soul behind them.
Isn't he like nothing but a soul?
Yeah, he's a ghost.
I traveled to the Backlands.
"Then you will need to pass through the North Gate, and for that you must know the spell. Perhaps you know it already."
No.
"I know one line," Shinva replies. "One lock made of golem's hide. I wish you luck finding the others, but tell me, what lies in the Backlands that Analander could want?"
Bampang and the Crown of Kings.
Shinva looks startled. "The crown? What of the crown?"
It has been stolen.
He looks deeply troubled. "Then today is a good day to die. The Crown of Kings is an ancient object, you understand, from a time when the world was young, and great forces stalked the land, forces too great for such as we are today. Powers that could shape beings and minds with the slightest whim, and mold the land and sea to their will. Do you understand what the crown does?"
Ooh. That's a hefty thing. I mean, I always knew the crown was a little more fancy-pantsy than... I knew it was not just a symbol.
Yeah, so
but
it's not the third one here.
I don't believe it... Like, I think it doesn't even provide influence or control. I think the crown controls you, is what I think.
Well, you want to take a guess here, then? Gotta pick one of them.
Yeah, yeah, it allows control.
That is the simplest way to say it, I suppose, though it is much more than that. Only once was I in the power of the crown, he shudders. As it passed from Lendelin to Bryce, I was an envoy at the court when it arrived. It has the power to turn your will to another's without you knowing that it is happening. You see the power of that. No one under the influence of the crown can ever revolt, as they do not understand that they are in servitude. The old man is visibly crumbling in front of you.
What can you tell me of the Backlands?
Very little. Oh, but I remember one couplet told to me in my crib. Will you hear it?
Please.
For sleeping of the sleepless ram, seek out the one they call the sham. Shinva shakes his ancient head. I could not tell you what the sleepless ram is, but perhaps it is advice and not mere nonsense. Trickles of dust rain down from the roof of the crypt.
Farewell, old man.
Farewell, stranger. May your life and fate be better than mine. The spell lines you have found are listed in the keys. Finally, with a withered finger, he directs your attention to a gnarled rope that hangs down in one corner of the room. That controls the trap on the door. On the door.
On the
he
door.
declares with a groan.
Oh, wait, the hell of some last lines there.
You slash the rope with your sword, and the heavy counterweight falls and shatters to the floor. Lord Shinva nods and drifts towards his coffin. I give the last of my life to you, he whispers as he lies back into his grave. You feel a cold strength flood your veins, then turn quickly and make your way upstairs.
Wow.
You're fully healed.
Yeah, that was fancy pantsy.
The door at the far end of the mausoleum is open.
Alright.
You return through the open doors of the path, still shivering from your meeting with a ghost. Alright, so, clues.
A clue! So we now have the Sleepless
Ram.
Yeah, which is, probably going to be important. So we have Shinva's line now.
Yep.
One lock made of Golem's hide, by Korga's grace and Forga's pride. Tumblers, two sealed deep inside.
And then we also have this clue here.
Scratched poem. Yeah, Korga's grace, one lock, deep inside, I bid you. So... Wait, what was that? It was Korga's grace, one lock, deep inside, I bid you?
Mm-hmm. You avoid the ring of mushrooms as you leave. Outside, night is falling, and things are stirring between the moaning trees. You would do well not to linger here.
Check the clues again. Or the keys. Because we've got Lorga's spell line, and that was Lorag's spell line. Tumblers 2 sealed deep inside. One lock made of Golem's hide. So if we look at the scratched poem...
I mean, we need the fourth line anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
I know, I'm just interested in what it would... Like, so we've got... It starts with Theta's line, and then it's Shinva's line, and then it's Lorag's line, and so now we need Molus's line, which is the last one. I bid you something. And since Molus is a wandering corpse and not a dead corpse, we have no way of getting it here.
Alright, so we can either leave the graveyard or search the older tombs.
I think the only older tombs were, Lorag's, and we've already spoken with him personally. So I believe we can go ahead and leave the graveyard.
You follow the path gratefully and make your way to the far side of the graveyard. Beside the gate is a disused well, perhaps once used to draw water to wash the bodies before internment.
We have the parsec symbols in the way. We have full HP.
Yes.
Yeah, full stamina. We will go ahead and ignore it then.
The rear gate of the graveyard hangs from its hinges, but not from age. It seems it has been taken apart, maybe widened even, to let something through, beyond this deep forest.
And we're off. Where are we going?
Why is that doing that? There we go.
What the hell?
I don't know what happened there. You walk for a half an hour through thick trees along a narrowing track until you reach a fork in the road. To the left, the track gets narrower still, and to the right, a massive shadow looms, so large it seems as though a colossus has seated itself on the wall in thought. A chill wind blows through you, as though ghosts walked back and forth this way.
Let's go ahead and look at the compass, but I'm pretty sure we're going to go towards the temple.
You take the compass out of your bag and consult its direction. It bobs about back and forth and settles to point towards the imposing shape.
Then let's head to the imposing shape.
You stand at the base of a towering ziggurat. Built from
just...
carved stone blocks, each the size of a hay bale, the temple rises higher than the city wall, in position to catch the first star of evening as its uppermost point, a moment which has just passed.
Bummer. We keep doing that.
It was because we hung out in the graveyard, so next time we gotta dash through.
Alright, so let's go ahead and make a move.
Alright.
Because we know we need to climb it.
You have a healthy fear of Kare's weirder gods.
Wait, what?
You said, oh.
Because
you wanted to climb.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Okay, so we have to look for an opening and then climb. I see.
All right. So you want to climb up.
Yes. I figured make a move was, climb up.
Yeah. You begin the climb, hauling yourself up the first step. Either the ziggurat was built for giants or ascending is an act of devotion. The next few steps are equally exhausting. You have to throw up your pack first and follow.
What spells do we got?
Yeah. I believe big.
Yeah, which will make it easy peasy.
Yeah, we got Zen.
The hell?
Which lets us hover. How. Sun and Sus. And big.
Well, let's go big. It's only 1 stamina.
You cast a spell, swelling to 3 times your size. You're now able to run up the stairs. But the scale quickly changes. It seems the builders of the pyramid created an optical illusion, and the later steps are not as high as the lower ones. The change is so gradual that you hardly notice as the spell fades. You reach a halfway point, almost as high as a city wall beyond, and pause to rest. You are halfway up. Friezes of gargoyles and polished metals ring the temple on this level.
Interesting. Well, we have the 2 rations, but we don't really need to eat right now since we are at 18 stamina.
Mm-hmm.
And if we look at the view, we've done that before. So we can go ahead and, I guess, climb higher.
All right. You continue the weary climb to the first level of the ziggurat.
Ta-da!
You climb for another 20 minutes up the steep stone steps until you're gasping and panting for breath once more. But finally you reach the dark opening that you saw from the base of the temple. The steps themselves continue up a little further still to the very peak of the temple.
Alright, look in the opening.
The opening is guarded by rock-sculptured images of unimaginable creatures, and beyond you see a long dark hallway with something large and gleaming at the far end.
Enter the temple.
You step into the temple. The hollow space amplifies your footsteps, and they echo eerily for several moments. On the floor, in gilt inlay, is written the name of the god who inhabits this space. It seems that this ziggurat is the ziggurat of Korga, the Gracious.
Wait and listen.
You wait for a few heartbeats to see if you have disturbed anything. Nothing happens. And then you catch the tail of a gigantic snake slithering across the floor and disappearing into a crack in one wall. From the markings along its back, it looks highly poisonous.
How the hell do we have snake antidote?
I don't know, we bought it somewhere. Or picked it up from somewhere.
Is there a way to see how many we have?
We can go into our items. Magical items? Nope. Other items? Just says snake bite antidote.
Huh. Interesting. I wonder if we can use that before or after. Whoa, where are we going? I know as soon as we go inside, we'll have to fight. And I don't know if we'll get a chance to drink it later, so we'll go ahead and do the antidote.
Alright.
And go inside.
You dig up the snake bite antidote from your pack and knock it back. It tastes of cherries, but hopefully it will protect you from the worst of the serpent's venom. Then you draw your sword and approach. Sure. Like about here?
Yeet!
Oh, shit. I didn't go high enough. I'm gonna redo that, so... I was trying to, max out his bar there. Come on. Oh, right, I can do that.
So you're gonna redo the fight?
Yeah, I'm just gonna redo it. Because I meant to go, like, all the way up. Not, like, all the way up, but, like
7-8 was what he swung with.
Oh, he didn't do it that time.
Uh-oh. Yeet!
Much better. You wipe your sword clean and wait for the violent echoes of the fight to fade away. Then you go further in, and the sight of the shrine takes your breath away. The walls are decorated with brightly colored murals depicting scenes from the religious mythology of Kare. Fine ornaments and precious metals are set into alcoves around the pews, and rich woven tapestries cover every surface. A cunning trick of architecture catches the wind past the doorway and creates a constant ethereal humming, as though a crowd of monks sat in permanent meditation inside.
That's cool.
Further in?
Yep.
At the far end of the hallway, 4 large stone gargoyles of winged demons watch over the shrine from mounts high up in the eaves, guarding the altar on which a gigantic idol squats, Korga himself.
Keep going.
You walk towards the altar across a richly patterned carpet. Something about it gives you pause. Its surface is decorated with wide symbols that seem too deliberate to be accidental.
I remember this.
I bet you do.
Let's avoid the circles.
Remembering Flanker's advice, you walk up to the altar, stepping carefully around the circle in the carpet, and reach the altar steps without incident. You stand before the idol, a fat statue set with gems and curious pockmarked features. Above his head is a plaque that bears an inscription.
Read it.
It reads, "On Korga's face you kiss a cross and finish with the lips. For answers to your questions you must err, not else he spits."
All right. And it said it was... I know we've got the left eye. That, yeah.
You consider the idol. It is the same as the statuette in the abandoned house, except that it had blue dots painted on its 2 eyes, its third in a forehead, and on its lips. And when you met Theta in the wasteland, he told you something about Korga, the left eye. That's how you start.
So on Korga's face, you kiss a cross. Like, not a cross, but a cross. And finish with the lips.
From left to right.
So
and
left to right, up, and then...
No, like left, like eye, forehead, right eye, lips, right?
Okay, yeah, I guess that's it. I mean, I was just thinking of, like, you know, the cross that you... When you, like, you know, the priests give themselves a cross sign.
Well, of course, but that's not what this is.
Totally. But they go, like...
Left, right, up, down, yes.
Yeah, they go totally across.
Well, either way, you want to kiss the idol.
Yeah. So we start with left.
What do you want to do?
We finish on the lips, so we know that's the last
it's either
one.
Forehead or right eye.
So we will try what you said and kiss around. So we'll do the forehead.
You hear something flittering in the upper levels of the temple.
The right eye.
You lean over and kiss the idol on its right eye.
And the lips.
You lean low and kiss the idol's lips, and as you do so, you hear a small click.
Wait.
There's a sharp stabbing pain at the back of your throat. You are poisoned. Alright.
So I was right.
Hey man, it was your decision in the end.
But you put it in my head out. It's your fault. Alright, so we will...
Alright, so left, right, up, down?
Yeah. It's left eye. Right eye. Up, down.
Alright. As you straighten once more, you see the idol's eyes flick open. A soft voice issues from its mouth. "Stranger, you are not of my faith," whispers the god, "and yet you have completed my ritual. How can that be?"
I have the power of gaming by my side. I have used my
Power
wits.
of God in anime.
Essentially, we
The
can
god laughs
rewind
softly.
time.
My brother Pashna is the god of thieves and tricksters, but you are in my temple today. I will answer 3 questions, if you have questions to ask. You take a moment to think over everything you have learnt and not learnt about the North Gate spell. You remember when you realized you needed to learn the order of the lines.
We kind of have. We kind
Have
of
you?
know what the order of the
Do
line
you?
is, but we can ask, what order should the spell lines be read?
Okay. You ask, leaning low to whisper to the god. The god issues a low whistle. That is a very important thing to know. The lines are given out to the nobles in reverse order. The first line was given to Lord Theta, the second to Lord Shinva, the third to Lorag the Scholar, and the fourth to Lord Molas.
Oh. I don't know.
What?
I think we have to go to Molas to get the last spell line. I don't know if he's going to give us if we ask for the gate, spell gate.
Well, what do you want to ask?
Do
you want to try asking for the spell?
Yeah, I feel like that'll be a wasted question. Let's give it a shot. Because I can't. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a burned question. How can I find Lord Molas then?
You ask the god in a reverential tone. The second noble has been dead for a long time, Korga replies softly, although he does not stay dead. He moves around the lower part of the city, a half-decayed, half-animated corpse.
We knew that.
A great silence descends across the room, and then the god speaks once more. Now, he intones, I have a question for you. You have completed my ritual. Do you wish to enter my worship?
Oh gosh. Is that, that's also similar to Pashna's thing. Because I know he asked us earlier. I kind of wish I knew more. What sort of god are you? Let's see.
Korga seems to almost smile. I am the god of grace, he replies. There are few as generous as I.
So he seems like he's like a lawful good god, at least from what we know, because he's Korga the Gracious. We know that. Theta seemed to follow him.
If you do go into his worship, it will replace your god with Korga up here.
Yeah, it replaces the ape, similar to what Pashna would do. But I know that depending on who you worship, you have to. This isn't like standard D&D where you can just say you worship a god and pay lip service and do whatever the fuck you want. If you do something that pisses off the god, you can no longer use your fancy pray for aid.
Yeah, they're kind of like hanging out inside your head a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, with the spirit animals, they kind of are the default and won't yeet themselves out of your life, and they kind of change as you change.
Mm-hmm.
But the gods actually have legitimate tenets that you kind of have to follow.
It's up to you.
Well, we have been playing a good guy, so I feel a lot more comfortable following him than Pashna. What are there any other benefits to following him? What's the difference between having him and having the ape, which we already have?
I won't tell you.
Damn it. Al, you need to DM me better.
You gotta make your choices with the information that you have been given. That's life, you know. You don't have the luxury of pulling up a walkthrough.
I don't have my handbook, Alec. I left my handbook at home.
That's not my fault. Fucking asshole.
Like, suck it up, shithead.
Suck it up, cupcake.
You know what? Yeah, we'll go ahead, because Theta seemed like an okay guy. He's a god of grace, and if he's legit about it...
You wish it?
Yeah, we will go ahead and do it.
Very good, Korga intones, and there is a moment of quiet humming that rolls around the temple until it becomes almost too much to bear. Then a moment later, you feel the god's presence inside you. My aid comes with no price, but there is a condition. You must act graciously enough to receive it. A great sense of well-being floods your body, and you turn and head out of the temple door. So now we have Korga. He is the god of grace, he is bountiful, generous, and full of great cheer, but he does not approve of ill will or evil doing.
Alright, so yeah, he is a good god, which is a good thing. So we know he's a corpse. We know the order of the lines now for sure, which was confirmed by the scratched poem.
Yeah, he said no, it was not confirmed by the scratched poem. Yeah, he said that they were given to him in the reverse. They were given to them in the reverse order.
But the order of the lines is we have Theta's.
Theta was given the one. They were given to them in reverse order. Theta got the first one. The second went to Lord Shinva. The third, and blah blah blah. You have to read them backwards. They gave the last line to the first person.
So we would read Molus's first, then?
Yes. Molus's is the first line.
So then, at that point, we go... So the keys, it would be Molus's line.
Yep.
And then Lorag's line. So it would be I bid you, and then Tumblr's 2 sealed deep inside. Shinva's line. One lock made of Golem's hide. Theta's is by Korga's grace and Forga's pride.
But now we gotta get Molus's line, somehow.
Oh, we gotta go back in time again. I don't want to go back in time again. It always yeets me through space and time.
Do you want to climb for the top?
We haven't been up to the top, so I guess we can do that this episode.
Took some stamina damage, but whatever. You turn back to the steps and climb higher, all the way to the top of the ziggurat. Night has fallen, and stars spread across the sky in a peaceful repose that belies their true nature. Warring spirits tussling for control of the world below.
That's an interesting theory. Let's take a look at the view.
Sure you want to take a look at the view?
Oh, should we look at the stars instead?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, we'll look at the stars.
With your head tilted back, you can see more stars than you have ever seen in this city. Perhaps you are above the level of the lights and the smog and the dust, or perhaps more stars choose to cluster here, around this sacred site. If you are a true mage and not a mere sorcerer, who knows what spells one could weave at a spot like this?
That's cool. But we're not a mage. I mean, I guess we could try to fashion a spell.
Sure. You lean back and look up, trying to recognize the stars from your studies.
So you can just randomly put together stuff?
Yep, just randomly put something together, and some of them might be a new spell.
Actually do stuff. That is cool. So what letters do we have to work with here?
Alright, we got T, L, P.
Okay.
U and A and E. And then K and R.
Yeah, I wish. Like, I was looking at that luck, I'm like wondering if that would...
You want to try it? I mean, if we're gonna come through here again, you can try this again next time.
I'm wondering if there's like a book we could get that could tell us bits and bobs we can learn with it. I'm assuming we only get one shot at this each time through.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, luck is the kind of the front runner now. What ones with P can we make?
Puck, Pure, Peck, Purr, Pack, Par. Pure might be one.
Yeah, that might... I guess maybe an antidote spell or something. That's another front runner. You have LA, LAK, LUK.
Tack, Tar.
Assume Tar might...
Tur. Tech, Tur.
Tar might be one as well. There's so many things to do.
I know which ones do what.
Oh no. Oh. So, like, are these spells? Are they? Another question: are these spells like once we create them?
You technically know them, but you might only see this combination of stars here.
Because that's something else I was wondering. I was like, because it's like, who knows what spells you can make by seeing these stars? And I was like, well, aren't the spells we make only done by what stars we see?
We got like Lar and Lake or Lack. We got Lek and Lur. We got Luck and Lur. We got Take or Tack and Tar.
Take? Yeah, now that you mentioned Take.
Do you want to do Take?
Because I was just pronouncing it Tack, but yeah, if we're thinking like a 4-letter word, that might be better than most of these others.
Right. Do you want to give that a try?
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Alright.
I mean, because we'll be probably coming back anyway.
You fashion the stars into alignment, and an enchantment is created. You feel a tingling sensation in your wrist, and you look down to see flashing sparks in your palm that flicker different colors. For a moment, gold, then white, then black.
I guess we'll close our fist on them?
Right.
I mean...
You flex your fingers, ready to grip the sparks, which begin to flash faster and faster. Perhaps the shade of the spark is important. Will you grab a certain color, or trust to chance?
Oh God! You got the black, the green, the gold, and the white.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to grab something and have it, like, murder face me. Let's go with white. White seems like a good color. Go with white.
You close your fist tight. The sparks are hot in your palm, but the pain fades quickly, and when you reopen your fist, you find you are now holding a bracelet made of small finger bones. The sparks and the spell itself are gone. You have found one of the secret spells of the Temple of Korga. The icy wind chills you to the bone. And now we can look at the view.
Okay, look at the view.
You look out across the city. In the far distance, you see torches in the woods towards the north gate. Looking back, you see the lights of Kare coming on, and the shouts of revelers, drunks, and nighttime thieves. Kare has no idea what is coming. The view is quite wondrous, but your journey beckons, and you start the long climb back down the ziggurat once more.
So we got a bone bracelet. Which spell did that work with?
Bracelet of Bone. Pop open that spell book there. Bracelet of Bone. Sand, skullcap, black face mask, jewel of gold, goldback mirror. Kid. creates illusions that become real to other people.
Must be intelligent. Caster must not act counter to the illusion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's handy. What were the other colors? It was black, green.
You're going a little robot-y there.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
It was, what was it,
It was black, green, and gold. So, this one's green, so you might have got the green-haired wig.
Or the
green ring.
Green ring, yeah.
And then black.
I know that there was a black mask that did something. Was that the... Yeah,
black
there it was.
face mask. You might have got that if you picked black.
Fear thing. And then there was gold.
You might have gotten some gold pieces.
The gold jewel.
Jewel or a gold back mirror.
Well, we've got the mirror, and we've got the sun jewel. We could have gotten the jewel of gold.
Could have, maybe.
Well, that's nifty keen. So if we go back in time again, can we cast that spell again?
Sure. Yeah, stars are going to be in the same spot.
Interesting. Hopefully, well, I don't think we'll be able to get Molus this time around. We're probably going to have to do the time warp again.
Something?
We're at, what, 17? Wish we could take a nap, but the city's about to get sacked.
Yeah, we better keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going. We don't want to get...
Yeah, you've seen enough. You quickly climb back down the stairs and retrace your steps to the fork in the road. And we're going to arrive at the north gate, past these footprints in the mud, in between them, prints of many paws, next time on Character Select.
Yay!
So, thank you everyone for watching. Click that like button down below, subscribe if you haven't, and Mal, what do you think Molus's line is?
It's I bid you something.
Technically correct.
The best
kind of correct.
Oh, God.